How do you combat procrastination when you're working on your health and fitness goals? Let's get into it. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Walk With Me. This is Josh here, and today we are talking about procrastination. So this was kind of a question, kind of a topic idea from Incredible India. They had requested that I talk about procrastination and ask them a few more questions, and they had mentioned more specifically procrastination regarding dieting and exercise and the newer healthy lifestyles we're all trying to achieve. Something I absolutely struggle with. I've come a long way in it, but still definitely have a lot of room to improve, especially in recent weeks. Since I got little Wolfie, it has been incredibly difficult to pull myself away from him and get my work done. But today I'm going to be going over a few strategies and tips that I implement in my day-to-day life to try and combat procrastination as best that I can. So the first point I wanted to touch on with this is actually outside of your health and fitness and diet goals. When we're trying to change our lives and our day-to-day so dramatically, it can be really difficult to find the willpower and the time to really put forth and do as best of a job as you can, because so often we're bogged down with work or things at home or other responsibilities that we have to focus on that aren't related to our health goals. So I think the first and most important thing with this is to really focus in on everything else in your life. So this means, making sure that you're getting proper sleep and making sure that you're just making things as easy as possible for you. Do your best to remove as many stressors from the other aspects of your life as you possibly can. This is going to give you that much more willpower and energy to work towards your diet and your fitness goals. That's why I rely so heavily on my routines and my meal prep and all of those other things that I have in my life, just because they're easy and they're things I don't have to think about. So this is obviously the toughest one of the bunch, but really taking a look and inspecting the other aspects of your life and doing your best to make them as stress-free as possible is going to open up all of that willpower and all of that energy that you can funnel into your health and your fitness goals. All right, the next thing I want to touch on, make sure whatever your goals are, that they are tailored to your needs, your life, your day, your body. Make sure they're all tailored to you. Obviously in the beginning stages, you might not be exactly sure what's gonna fit best in your day, but just keep that in your mind when you're testing and trying different types of workouts, different types of diets. Think of it as a crash course to find out what you like, and when you find that method or that strategy or that workout that fits best and that you enjoy the most, go all in on that and don't try and do something else. It can very easily be a square peg in a round hole sort of scenario, where you're really trying to force something that doesn't fit in your day and doesn't work and you hate it just because you think it's the right thing to do or what's best for you. What's best for you in regards to your health and fitness is what's going to fit best into your life and be the most enjoyable. We're doing this to enhance our lives, to live a better life, not to ruin our lives. All right, and the last point I wanted to bring up with this: set realistic goals and expectations for yourself. This is what I struggle with most out of everything. I tend to load up my plate with these tasks and chores and goals and aspirations, and that mountain, that pile builds up and it just becomes too much and you give up on all of it. So it's important to make sure you're always calibrating and tweaking and adjusting to make sure that you're getting as much done towards your goals that you can, but you're not overloading yourself. I ran into this a little bit when I first started my bullet journal. I was like, all right, if I write it down, I'll do it. So I wrote down so many things that I wanted to accomplish. Ended up leaving me feeling a bit overwhelmed and not wanting to do any of it. So on a workout, for instance, say you set off, I'm gonna work out an hour a day, 5 days a week. If you're someone that's never worked out before, that's an incredibly lofty goal and will probably end up having you fizzle out on week 2 or 3 of your New Year's resolutions. Same thing goes for dieting. Say if I eat 1,500 calories a day versus 2,000, I'm gonna lose weight that much faster. But you end up making yourself miserable by taking that away, and then it makes you fall off track and you lose out on all of the potential progress. What I typically like to do, I make things painfully easy and slow as much as I can in those early stages until I can get that habit down, because the only way you're going to be able to stick to something long term is if it's easy. And if you're not experienced, you have to keep it simple if you want to keep it easy. So progress might be slow if you take a strategy like that, whether it be diet or fitness or anything else. But if it's the only way that you're actually going to be able to stick to it and see any progress, it's the only way that's going to work. You know, that's why with the 4 years it took for me to lose the weight, you know, when I tried to go so hard, so quick and get it done as fast as absolutely possible, those are the times when I fell off and had 3-4 months where I was gaining weight again and not wanting to do any of it. So if you want to stick to your goals with your diet or with your fitness or with anything, you know, one, make sure that you're optimizing every other aspect of your life. You're going to need that attention and that willpower if you want to introduce any new changes to your day. 2, make sure you're experimenting and trying and testing to find a method that works best for you. And 3, don't be afraid to take painfully slow steps towards those goals. It's going to be tough. That's the only way you're going to be able to stick to it long term. So hopefully this helps for you. I thought it'd be a good video to post a couple weeks into the new year. Now's about the time where a lot of people give up and trail off on what they're trying to achieve. Don't do it. Readjust, keep going. You've got this. But make sure to like the video if you enjoyed this. It really helps the channel grow. And subscribe if you're not already. I put these out every Monday and I put other videos out every Friday. And leave me a comment down below. Are you coming here fresh from the new year, starting some new goals? I'd love to hear about them. But until next time, I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one.